I know today is not Mother's Day, but let's pretend, please, that today is Mother's Day just for the sake of my speech. So I'd like to invite all of you to give a huge round of applause to celebrate the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to the mothers in the room, to the mothers who are not in the room, and to your wives that are mothers, right? A couple of weeks ago, I drove to Germany. And I know that summer vibes are currently blossoming, but I wasn't going on vacation. And I wasn't the one driving. I was heading to a funeral with my uncle. A friend's mother had passed away, and we decided to show up to assist him in this tough moment. I remember sitting in that room, my attention drifting between the mother's picture lying on the floor and the pool of people stepping on stage to pay tribute to the deceased. I heard little kind words like, she was loving, supportive, easygoing, and all the posthumous admiration that comes after someone has transitioned. And all the while I kept thinking, did she know she was loved before transitioning? The following day we were back in the Netherlands and I received an unexpected phone call from my friend, Christy. She called me to encourage me for my enthusiasm towards, for example, standing on this stage and boring you with my life. But it seems like you like it, so. But then she made a beautiful remark that shifted everything in me. She said, Anthony, I can imagine that your mother should be very supportive and a kind person to have helped you to get where you are today. And my immediate reply was, oh yes, I'm very grateful to have someone like my mother. She has helped me, she's loving. And I was very enthusiastic talking about my mother. But then when I hung up the call, I kept reminiscing the conversation. I had just acknowledged to a friend that I was grateful to have someone like my mother. But did she know that I was grateful? My musings, my thoughts flew back to that moment at the funeral, the people, the eulogies to their mother. Because they said things like, she's loving, she's supportive. And those were the same things that I felt about my mother, but that I never took the time to tell her or to make her feel like she was all that. So I sat down and wrote a vulnerable and gratitude letter to my mother to express just how deeply I admire her. And that letter, guess what, was turned into a speech. Mm-hmm. That's where your applause, guys. Thank you. Firstly, I expressed my appreciation for her steadfast support over the past few years, because some of you may not know. When I graduated from high school 5 years ago, I went through some sort of depression because I went through 3 different universities because I didn't like what I was doing there. It was excruciatingly boring and frustrating. And although my mother had never agreed with any of my choices, she never made me feel guilty for making the wrong decision or reconsidering my thoughts every single year. So yes, she was right and I was wrong. But who listens to their parent at such a young age? There are days when I feel like I don't deserve her love, especially when I go astray. But that's a story for another day. But isn't it how love is supposed to feel? So unconditional that you feel undeserving of it. Until you realize that it was never about deserving, because, you cannot deserve it. You were just born. You realize that it is about embracing and honoring the unconditional love from our mothers. As a little child, I could never see any of this. I thought she's against me or trying to control me, which she does sometimes, but that's a topic for another day. I strongly believe that our loved ones should be reminded that we care about them. They should receive those little kind words now, not when they've already transitioned. Imagine my friend Christy had waited for me to die to express her admiration. It wouldn't have helped me much. So today I would like to direct that spotlight on our mothers so that we can honor the unconditional love they provide to us. And for that, I would like to invite you to take a piece of paper or your phone and go to a note or wherever you feel is right. And when you are ready, just write, I care about you, Mom. You don't need to send it, you just have to write it. I care about you, Mom. Thank you and happy Mother's Day.